In this video we are going to look at a quadratic expression. Not really expression, but this is supposed to be an equation where we need to solve for this should be equal to 0, and we need to solve that using the quadratic formula. What we do, we need to write the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula is x equal to minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac over 2a. If you want to know how to obtain this quadratic equation, quadratic formula, I made a video on how to derive that equation, that formula, by completing the square on the general quadratic equation. Now in this formula, what we need to do is that we need to recall the general quadratic equation: ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. Now, putting this in mind, comparing with that, it means our a in this case is 1, because we can see the number in front of x squared is 1. That is our a. Then we can write that our a in our quadratic equation is 1. What about our b value? Our b value in that quadratic equation is 5, the number in front of x, which is 5. And our c is this number standing alone, which is negative 6. Don't forget the sign in front. Now we can go ahead and substitute in our formula. Then we are going to have minus, open bracket, our b value is 5, plus minus square root, our b value, we know it's 5, we write 5 there, and then we square that, minus 4, our a is 1, times our c is negative 6. Everything under the square root, and then everything over 2 times a. Our a is 1. Then we can simplify this. Here, negative times positive 5, we get negative 5, plus minus now here we have now to make it easy here, I will advise you to use a calculator. Take a calculator and work out first what is inside the square root. Now what we have inside there is 5 to the power 2 minus 4 times 1 times negative 6 equals to 49. We are getting 49. So what is under the square root is actually 49 over 2 times 1 is just 2. Now working with the quadratic formula, it's easy or better if you can work it step by step. Now we know the square root of 49. Let us write this negative 5 plus minus the square root of 49. We know it is 7. Therefore everything by 2. Now since we have plus minus, we can now write x equals to minus 5. We can now work with the positive sign first, and then over 2, and then we can say, or x is equal to minus 5 and then minus 7 over 2. Again, the first one we're working with a positive sign, the second one we're working with a negative sign, so let's not forget that. Now we can go ahead and simplify this. Now negative 5 plus 7 is the same as saying 7 minus 5, which gives us 2, and then we keep the sign of the big number, which is positive 2, and then over 2, or x equals to, now in this case all the numbers are negative. That means we add these two numbers and then we keep the same sign, which is negative. Then 5 and 7, you add them, we should get 12, and then we keep the sign, which is negative, and then over 2. Then this side we should now have 2 over 2 is 1, or negative 12 over 2 is negative 6. It means those are the two values of x in our quadratic expression. Now, in order for us to prove that our answers are indeed right, let's go back to the original equation that we have there and try to plug in these values that we have and see if you are getting 0. Our original equation is x squared plus 5x minus 6 equal to 0. Now let's try to put in our values and see if we are getting 0. Now let's try to put in the first one, which is 1. We put 1 here and then we square that, and then here we put 1 also. Now we can use our calculator to confirm that we have 1 square plus 5 times 1 minus 6. We are getting equal to 0. It means the first solution is correct. Now let's also put in the other solution. Let's see if we are getting equal to 0. Our second solution is negative 6. We put in negative 6. Negative 6. We can also use our calculator. We have negative 6 plus 5 times negative 6 and then minus 6. Indeed, we are still getting 0. Then it means that our second solution is also correct. In short, that's how you use the quadratic equation to find the value of x or whatever the unknown that you are given. Please, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe for more videos that I keep uploading every week.